What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. I was very critical of the decision from Sledgehammer Games to include some maps from MW2 2022 here in Modern Warfare 3. I always confuse myself. I mean, why give two games the exact same name in the same franchise unless they're remasters of one another? Anyways, I digress. I was very critical of that decision. I felt as if it led to the game putting quantity over quality, a mistake that Call of Duty has been known for in the past. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't think any of the maps that were brought in from Modern Warfare 2 2022 are amazing maps, are top tier maps. I think they fit right into the mid category. And yeah, I'd rather we get some higher end, higher quality maps, for sure, 100%. But with that being said, I still think that we have some pretty decent maps from MW2 2022 here in MW3. And I'm playing on one right now. You're watching me play Mercado. I threw up a Farm 18 game a couple days ago. I do enjoy these maps here in Modern Warfare 3, far more than I did in Modern Warfare 2 2022. And I think there's reasons behind that. I think there's some core gameplay changes that really make these maps play better, play smoother, and overall more enjoyable. I know we like to rag on MW3 that it's Modern Warfare 2.5. And well, yes, it does have a lot of the same elements, and it's built off of the same engine, it's built off of the same framework and the same UI system. There are fundamental differences in the gameplay, and you notice it when you play these maps. I realize when I played Mercado, when I played Farm 18, when I played the hotel map, this is a different game. Is it that much of a departure? No, but it is a different game, and it plays far better. Which brings me to the point of today's video. Modern Warfare 2 just gets outclassed by MW3 at almost every turn. And showcasing these maps, again, highlights that. Giving me the MW2 maps from last year and letting them play the way they do here in Modern Warfare 3, which is much more coherent and competent than they did in MW2, makes me wonder what we did for the last year. Why is it that that game just sucked through and through? Now, part of that, of course, is the fact that Infinity Ward was just cocky, arrogant, egotistical, and they let that seep into their game design. Like, they just believed that they did not need to lean on anyone else but themselves. They knew what was best for Call of Duty. Nobody else knew. We know what's best. We're the best. We're Infinity Ward. Guys, the Infinity Ward that made Call of Duty the giant it is today isn't there anymore. Half of them are over at Respawn. Some are over at Ubisoft. Some of them are scattered across the industry. The Infinity Ward of today makes bad games. They do. And there's nothing that you should be arrogant about. You have no reason to be arrogant. Sledgehammer Games has absolutely destroyed you in almost every element here in Modern Warfare 3. And no, is it something that I can easily pinpoint and say this is the difference? No. But when you play the game, it feels fundamentally different and it feels fundamentally better. To me, at least. When I play MW3, it feels like a much better version of MW2. It feels like they learned from their mistakes and they grew as developers. But it's also they didn't let their own egos get in the way. They listened to the community. They knew there were certain elements of the game the community wanted, so they put them in the game. Is there still some goofy stuff? 100%. Is there still problems? Oh, for sure. But at its core, a direct one-to-one comparison, it's a better game than MW2. And I guess if we're going to have the bar be set super low here, and it's not something that I want, but the fact that it's better than last year's game means something. It showcases a step forward. Even though I'm a believer that Call of Duty has taken multiple steps backward, we have to admit the truth. And the truth, in my eyes, from me playing the game, from me having experiences within this game, is that the core experience in MW3 is superior to the core experience in MW2. And because of that, we're seeing a positive step forward. We need to acknowledge that. Now, is it a positive step in every aspect? No. But when we look at the core gameplay, when you strip it down to the bare bones, the way the game plays and feels on maps that were made for MW2, the game is just better. It just is. And I have to give kudos where kudos is due. As much as I love criticizing Call of Duty, especially when it deserves criticism, we have to highlight the wins. We have to give pats on the back when it's necessary. And this is me saying, hey, good job, Sledgehammer. Good job making an experience that was superior to last year's. And if I'm going to be completely honest, MW2 was a better experience than Vanguard. Like, it's almost like Vanguard was all the way at the bottom if we're starting at 0. And MW2 was like a 2.5 out of 10. And now, Modern Warfare 3, we're closer to that 4. It's slow progress. But my hope is that in a couple of years, we get to even higher heights. And honestly, what better development studio to take Call of Duty to that next level, take another step forward than Treyarch? I mean, we've been seeing reports all week that it's almost official. Black Ops Gulf War, whether or not it's going to be called that, we don't know, is going to release October 2024. So we've got less than 8 months here before the next Call of Duty experience. And I think we need to continue to be critical of MW3, but also bring up the bright spots. Talk about what made MW3 a positive step in the right direction for Call of Duty. Because there has been decisions that were made by Sledgehammer Games that actually have helped propel Call of Duty forward, that have given it that slight edge over MW2. And that needs to be talked about more. Because we cannot have the franchise take a step back because we're too critical of this game and we're not willing to recognize the game's positives. We're very quick to judge, we're very quick to be critical, but we're not there when the game needs to be highlighted and needs some positivity around it. Like I said, I think Call of Duty needs an injection of fun. I think we need to take Call of Duty less seriously, but I think we also need to let bygones be bygones and say that there are aspects of MW3 that are better than what we saw in MW2. And hopefully it's something that we can build upon. And there can be some momentum going into Black Ops Gulf War. I mean, they've had 4 years to develop this game. The last game they developed, in my opinion, was a pretty darn good one with Black Ops Cold War. Had its issues, had its problems, but I think if you can build off this positive momentum from MW3, you can have a pretty good game. And I honestly think that Microsoft is overseeing that and saying it needs to be a good game so that we can ensure that we recoup some of this massive investment that we just poured into Call of Duty and Activision. I guess time's going to tell. We don't really know how it's all going to shape up. But from the outside looking in, I guess I can concede the point that MW3 is a step forward in a positive direction, at least when I compare it to Modern Warfare 2. Does it excite me about the future of the franchise? Not necessarily. We'll have to wait and see what Treyarch has in store for us. So that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you can let me know down below in the comment section one thing you like about Modern Warfare 3. Just one. And honestly, for some of you, it might be hard, but for others, it might be a little bit easier. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.